Hello everyone, it's me, Seantroid again, back after a, I don't know, half-year hiatus. Pretty long time I've been away. But I'm back, I'm trying to do things a bit more regularly now, so keep looking forward to more stuff. And right now, let's talk about Smash Brothers, because they just did one big reveal, and oh boy was that beautiful. In case you haven't seen it yet, I'll give you a chance to click on it, watch it fully, and then enjoy the hype ride that it is throughout the entire video. But right now I'm going to spoil a few things, so just be aware of that. First off, they finally did something that I think everyone's been waiting for a long time, and they finally brought every character back. Alright? You've got Pichu, you've got Young Link, you've got Snake, you've got Wolf, you've got everyone back. Everyone. And that's so beautiful because they've even updated a few of them. So now they feel a bit more different in terms of moves. Like I saw, even with Ganondorf, they gave him like some sword moves, even though he still got the same kind of Captain Falcon moves. So that's a nice little change they put there. They've got Ice Climbers coming back, but this time I don't think Nana can grab or attack opponents when the Popo grabs them. So there won't be any more of that mechanic. I think that had a name, but I don't remember what it was. They have Wolf too, and it looks like they've given him a few new moves to make him less like Sonic used to be in Brawl, because I don't know if you know the history of that, but he was a last minute addition, so they kind of used some moves from other characters like Sonic. You could see definitely with his mid-air neutral attack, it's a lot like Sonic. So they've definitely improved on that. One change I'm a bit on the fence for is final smashes, because I wasn't really a fan of transformation smashes, like with Giga Bowser and Wario Man and even Mega Lucario. Like those weren't really ones I enjoyed. I liked something like with a bit more of a punch to it, like the Zero Laser or Jigglypuff's Puff Up. They had it was a simple enough move is what I'm saying. But now they replaced them with what looks like just cutscene final smashes, which they do look pretty good, but I feel like that kind of ruins a bit of the gameplay part of it, because then it's just get close, press a button, and then do all this damage at once in a stylized way. And that works for, a few characters, but when it's so many, I feel like you lose a bit of something there. I haven't played the game, obviously, so, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt right now, but I'm a bit on the fence about that. But what was really a surprise is that they brought back Pokemon Trainer. So Charizard was part of Pokemon Trainer Brawl, then they separated him in Smash 4, but now he's back again as part of Pokemon Trainers. I don't know if we would really call it a roster, part of Pokemon Trainers trio of Pokemon. And anyways, that was quite unexpected, because I thought for sure, like, at the very least, they'd probably separate the three of them, and then they'd all be individual characters with their own final smashes and their own portraits there at the menu. But they brought him back, which is interesting. I planned to do a video about what I think the Pokemon Trainer's new moveset would be, like if he were to join the fray on the field. But now they've done this, and I kind of wish he would be a direct fighter, but then again, he's so unique in the sense that he can switch between these three Pokemon, and that there's no longer the stamina issue to worry about, so you can switch on the fly, and you don't have to worry about any of them getting tired or depowered by not switching them enough or switching them too much, which I feel like was a big issue in Brawl. So it seems like they improved him in a way that I didn't think they would do. So I'm happy to see him back. And maybe I'll do a video like I was planning to before, but that's future stuff. We'll find out about that later. again, Snake was a big reveal there because I would have thought with Konami in the state it's in, probably wouldn't have done that. And since Kojima left Konami and Sakurai and Kojima are friends, I thought maybe he'd leave him out just to, like, as a kind of respect, saying he's on Kojima's side or whatever. But Snake is back, and that looks great. He's got a new Final Smash, which I think looks a lot better, a bit more chaotic, and probably a lot less planned. Because they kind of brought, as you could see with Ness and Lucas, they brought their PK Starstorm back, but it looks a lot more kind of like it was in Brawl. So it may be a bit harder to rely on that, but we'll see. They didn't give too much of a reveal on this, and you can go to the website smashbros.com and you can look at the individual characters. They've got little videos of it. Some show specials and final smashes, some don't. So there's only so much you can really go upon here, and yeah, I could pick it apart to the end of time, but there would really be no point in doing that because I feel like they're going to do something soon because they've revealed a lot of the roster. I feel like they may have one or two more characters to reveal because as they said, because they did all this work to bring all these fighters back, they're probably not gonna do too many new characters. But we've got the Inkling characters, of course, and another character which I'll talk about in a moment. But I feel like maybe one or two more would make sense, and it would probably be like Springman or some other character from Nintendo that's come out recently. Maybe Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I have a few ideas in mind, actually. I'll do videos about them later. But what I'm really thinking about here right now is that they did focus a lot on characters and the multiplayer aspect, which makes sense because that's the main feature of the game, is the fighters and the multiplayer. But they didn't say much about the other options for single player mode. They didn't say much about the classic mode. They didn't say much about events or what was that other mode? The Smash something or other. The Target Smash, the Sandman one. I mean, there's probably not a lot to say if they're just taking pretty much what they did in Smash 4 and bringing it over to Switch, which it looks a lot like they're kind of doing. But the fact that they didn't mention it makes me think that they may have some surprises left in store. Now, I'm going to be a bit hopeful here, a bit optimistic, but I'd like to think story mode, and it's pretty much unlikely. It's very, very, very far of a shot that they would do that because now they've got all these characters. They even said a total of 66 fighters. So it would be hard to kind of have a story that could blend all of them in a way that it would be coherent enough and not just, oh, okay, well, here's a bunch of characters over here. Now they're all together and they're going after this person or something like that. They absolutely could find a way to make it work if they've been spending enough time on it. But I'm not sure if it's something that they're exactly looking towards and that they're thinking everyone wants. So I'm a bit skeptical to say it, but I'll be optimistic and I'll say that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'll believe is going to be there until they eventually say otherwise. But I feel like what would be most likely is if they are kind of taking Smash 4 and putting it on Switch in a new and unique way, in a way that's like not just a repeat of the game, it's not a remastering or anything like that, it's actually a new game on its own. I feel like they'd probably just put Smash Run in there, because Smash Tour was never really all that fun. It was like a weird Mario Party where you want to play Smash Brothers, but you have to play this weird kind of board game first, and you only really get to fight if characters bump into each other. So you kind of have to like either go for other people or just bump into each other at random, and then it didn't really feel all that fun to me. It felt like a chore to play this game, especially because there's challenges that can be unlocked only specifically through them, and I really didn't like that. It was not that much fun. But Smash Run, I did love that. You got all these all these villains, all these henchmen, all these enemies from other games. Like you've got the Goombas from Mario, you've got the Waddle Dees from Kirby, you've got the Re-Deads from Legend of Zelda, you've got, enemies from almost all the franchises there, except for Fire Emblem. I found that strange. I think I'd like to see a few Risen in there if they do bring that back. But what I'd like to see is them, if they bring back that mode, is to maybe make a few new maps for that version, because they kind of had like one big map for the main area, and then you would tell you at random which version of the final battle you'd be doing. Would it be multi-man smash? Would it be versus the entire enemy list that they have? Would it be running or jumping or just fighting each other in special smash events? But if they could make the map at the beginning different multiple times, I'd like to see that, because then you could have a lot more randomness to it. You'd have to play it more times to try and learn every new place and whatnot. It would make it a bit more random and a bit more fun, and then it would only show that if you recognize where everything is and you truly are someone who spent a lot of time playing this game. But otherwise, if you're new to it, then it'd be a lot easier knowing that other people may not know the exact map as well as you do, or as well as other people might. I feel like I'm rambling on here, but yeah, just a new map for that would be nice. Although I feel like original adventure mode, the Melee version, that would be nice to see again. Because if they do, then you can have like side-scrolling parts like they did with going with Mario, and you could have that for like Mega Man 2. You side scroll through like a stage or something like that, get to the end, and then you fight Mega Man at the end. And then you do that for like maybe not every franchise, because that might be a bit hectic since you have so many franchises, but like a good number of them. You'd have ones where you're on the ground fighting against enemies from Kid Icarus. You could maybe even have like just a one-on-one battle with Cloud. They did improve one-on-one battles, so it would be a lot more interesting to see that with that improvement that they did to that, especially with Ryu from Street Fighter. I'd love to see that implemented in some kind of adventure mode too. So I guess that's pretty much like the progression of hope here, from like least likely but most wanted to most likely but okay with. It would be story mode like Brawl, adventure mode like Melee, and finally Smash Run from Smash 4. I feel like that would be kind of the progression here of what I would personally like to see, and I know what many other people would like to see. And they did mention that a lot of people were asking for characters to return, and for Snake especially, they mentioned for some reason that a lot of people wanted them to return. So I feel like that may have been from the Smash ballot that they learned a lot of who we wanted to see. But also there's the fact that they could be listening to a bit of our there could be the fact that they've been listening a lot to our feedback and what we're saying that we want from the game. So yeah, there's a chance that if there's enough people who want a story mode, we might get something a little bit like that. There may be a bit of a compromise to make an adventure mode. We'll have to wait and see. But I know it would definitely, be something they'd probably have to work on for a pretty long time, considering that they finished working on the Wii U version back in, I think it was February maybe of 2015. I feel like that kind of shortens the amount of time that they would have to implement that game. And I feel like Brawl took a bit longer to make than that, and if they really went all out, which I feel like they would either go all out or they just wouldn't do anything at all, then they would probably need more time. So maybe DLC option. Who knows? We'll see. Now, getting to what they revealed at the end was something a lot of people have been waiting to have revealed. And the second you see it, you know what they're saying here. And that was the reveal, finally, of Ridley as a playable character. and it just looked so good. I mean, the character model looked a bit weird to me, but I mean, he's a monster and he looks monstrous, so they nailed that. But he's just a little bumpy. It's kind of strange. But anyways, like, they revealed him and they showed a lot of his moves, and it looked so great. And the fact that they have Meta Ridley at least as an alternate costume, since they don't have transformation smashes anymore, I think was a great little touch that they added. Because then, even if you don't like this version of Ridley that they've made, you have the Meta Ridley, who still looks pretty close to what he looked like in the Metroid Prime series. So I feel like maybe that would be a lot of favorites for people. And yeah, I mean, he looks so great. I'm so excited to play as him. And so that makes a total of 2 new characters now that they've revealed for the game. So probably 2 more to go or something like that. Maybe even just 1 more. But I imagine that we'll find out as they keep revealing things. Apparently it comes out December 7th of this year, of 2018. And that is being very ambitious. I would not be surprised if they said that they had to postpone it. But I mean, we'll see what they can do. A lot of it did look pretty finished, so who knows? Maybe they can actually do it. I mean, it did seem like they've been working on this one probably a lot longer in secret so that they could reveal it sooner and then have it come out sooner, as they kind of did with Smash 4. But yeah, I say, like, if they need to take the time, if they need to prolong that release, then absolutely do that, because you'd rather have a complete game when you get it than something that's a bit jambled that they have to keep updating and updating and updating. That's just not fun, and it's not fair to the people who pay money, and to the fans who love these games, that to get something like that. And I think Sakurai, he knows this, he's aware of this, so I trust him with this. It's his child, so he knows what he's doing. I checked, it says you can pre-order. I checked on Walmart. I can apparently pre-order it, but it said it came out December 31st. So just a heads up to people, if you're thinking about pre-ordering, I don't know what that's about. I'm going to look into it a bit further, because honestly, I don't want to pre-order a game that comes out earlier than I'll actually receive it. But I feel like it may have just been something they probably put up ahead of time, and that's like a default or something like that, and it'll probably change soon. So we shall see how that works out. But if it definitely does come out this year, then Nintendo, you have done it. You have blown me away. I had so many ideas that I was going to share that I might do later on, but you just went and said, you know what? We know what you want. We're going to give it to you. So just sit down and let us do what we do best. And they did that. They absolutely did that. And I cannot wait to see more from this. I'm going to watch with the closest eye I have, and I am just very excited right now. I have no idea what I'm going to do or say next. It feels like I'm crazy. And I hope you guys share that too, because this is what makes watching E3 announcements and stuff like that so much fun, is when you find out that a game you love is coming and that they're making it just the way you wanted it to be from the very beginning. So if you have any ideas of who you think might be revealed next, or what you think they might do, any ideas about Smash Bros. In general, let me know. I'd be interested in discussing that in another video, or mentioning it in a video that I do later. I know I'm definitely going to be posting some character ideas, characters that are either very likely to be in there, some that are pretty much a far shot that probably won't make it in there, but it'd be fun just to fool around and think, what would it be like if this character actually made it in? And I have a lot of fun doing that, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. So that's just about it for the Smash news thing that I'm doing here. Smash News Extravaganza, Smash News Bonanza. Ooh, I like that. Smash Nanza. No, that doesn't sound that right. So I guess I'll get back to you guys later. Until next time.